Gloria, and my story kind of is, this is about my second time of trying to start a business. I come from a long lineage, a family of, 13. And if any of you guys come from a large family, you kind of know how you get identified as, this or that in the family. So my first angle, I guess, was I figured out, 20-some years ago, that I wasn't going to be designated as the one they call when they wanted information or advice on love life, so I gave up on that. And figured out that when I graduated from college, being the first one out of my family to graduate from college, I learned that they would probably call me all the time when it had anything to do with business. And I was kind of, I never really taken a class in like doing business or anything like that, but I was always had a entrepreneurial type spirit and was always able to kind of guide them along. So about 15 years ago, I was trying to buy my first home, and I couldn't do that because I didn't have enough income. And since I didn't have enough income, I got a group of my family members together, and we decided that we would go into the trucking business. And we went into the trucking business, did pretty well with it, but found out that it was a lot more headaches than we anticipated. So to bring me all the way to this point, I work now currently for a large retail company, and one of the hats that I wear there is that I do liquidations for them. And I call myself pretty good at being able to negotiate and do things like that. And so I decided that I wanted to try this on my own since I was succeeding for them. And that's kind of what brought me here today. The other thing, I've heard a lot of you stand up and talk about how it's kind of been the spirit of if it's the right thing to do, that God will lead you down that path and He will make it an easy, trail for you. And that's kind of what happened to me. I was cleaning up. We had already talked about doing the liquidation business, myself and my cousin. And the card had sat on my dresser for a number of days. And all of a sudden, it just hit me that this is where I'm supposed to be. And so I called her up, I think it was like the day before. And so over the phone, we kind of threw it together and said, okay, we're going to go, but we're not going to commit to anything. And she works nights, and so Jean, when you were giving that first presentation, I was the only one that could be there. So coming to the thing, hearing you speak and everything, and as I heard it, I thought, wow, I can't commit. So when he was done, he said he would give us, I think about 5 or 10 minutes to get around the table and, kind of figure out if we're going to sign up and everything. So I whipped out of there, went and called her in the middle of her job and said, I believe we're going to have to commit. So I gave her the spiel real quick, and I said, okay, well, what if we do this? I said, well, I'm here tonight, and he's going to be doing it again tomorrow. I said, I won't commit tonight, but we're going to send you tomorrow, and you're going to commit, because I wanted her to hear it, before. But then I went out to my car, and I sat there, and I'm thinking, I'm going like, I got to commit. So I spoke with her, and she said, okay, just go ahead and do it. And then she would find out if she wanted to participate the next day. And so that's what happened, and we made it that far. And then again, it's like we're sitting here and we're thinking about, how can we take to the next step? But we do realize that we're at the, we're just getting started. We're trying to find out, like, if we're doing the right thing, if we're not doing the right thing, if our thoughts are right, and we have a ton of things that's going on in our mind. So this has been a great opportunity for us to kind of get us to settle down and kind of get things a little bit more outlined and figured out, what our process would be. And that's how this has helped me greatly. So I really want to thank you.
Thanks very much.